Yo, what up, y'all, man? It's your boy Funkadelic Jones back in the house, and welcome to the Ghetto Wealthy Podcast right here on this Labor Day weekend. You feel what I'm saying? I know people either at home resting because they got a 3-day weekend, or of course, they probably at the backyard cookout, man, getting that boogie on like we was last night. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my peoples out here celebrating Labor Day, man. You feel me? But before I get started on any type of conversation that I gotta do, of course, you know your boy got to get paid first. So let me shout out my sponsor company first, which is Anchor.fm. They sponsor the show. Anybody looking to start a podcast, anybody looking to get into the editing, and it can help you also with distribution as well. You feel what I'm saying? Stop by Anchor.fm. Tell me your boy Funkadelic sent you, man. You guys won't be disappointed. You feel what I'm saying? For everybody that wanted to listen to my voice, of course, you guys already know I'm available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon as well. And of course, you guys already know I'm on YouTube as well, so definitely make sure you guys check me out on YouTube. You'll feel what I'm saying. I'm going to do what I do. Now, let's get funky with it one time, though. Let me get funky with it. First things first. When it comes to this topic of man pays all the bills, especially in this society. Now, I get it, back in the day, it was a lot different. But in this society that we live in here, where man pays all the bills, the answer is hell no. But that's not for all. That does not apply to all women. Some of these modern day women deserve that. They don't pay no bills in the household. The man is the true provider. They talking about traditional. Some women in this world still deserve that. However, though, those ladies, I love you. I see you, baby. Keep doing what you're doing. But this ain't y'all part of the show. I'm talking to the other half who think men supposed to pay all the bills. And they don't think they supposed to do nothing. So basically, they live by their money is their money, his money is our money philosophy. And I know some fellas have heard of that philosophy before. But let's get down to business. Ladies, and I'm talking to the majority of those men supposed to pay all the bills. I'm talking to them. Why is it that I be seeing these podcasts, right? I watch these podcast episodes, and these ladies go on these podcasts, and they be embarrassing the hell out themselves. They go in there just be talking a whole bunch of reckless, and I just be like, that makes no sense. And they know they don't be making no sense, but they be trying to justify that they make sense. Stop it. You're embarrassing yourself, please. Now, these ladies talk about traditional, right? They talk about traditional. They're like, oh, well, their dad paid all the bills. Their grandfather paid all the bills. Okay. But you got to not only look at your grandfather and your father, you got to look at your mom and your grandmother as well. You feel me? Because think about it like this. Your grandmother and your mother knew their roles. Now, before I get started, I already know a lot of ladies don't ever want to, especially in this generation, a lot of ladies don't hit like stay in a woman's place type of thing. I know a lot of ladies in this generation, they don't want to hear that. You feel me? They don't want to hear that. So when I say roles, meaning he understood what he was supposed to do, she understood what she was supposed to do. And it worked. That's what I mean by roles. Not saying like you not supposed to do this or like you stay in the kitchen type of thing. No. They just knew and understood their roles. So yes, your grandmother and even your mother, your father went out, your father, grandfather, papa, whatever y'all call them, they went out and worked all day. You know what I mean? 8 hours, 10 hours. They might have worked one job. They might have worked at a construction job, and then they drove cabs. On their spare time. I don't know. But he knew coming home, there was gonna be a hot meal for him. His clothes was washed. These were little things that your mom and your grandmother was doing. The teamwork, the camaraderie, it made it happen. So that's what I mean by everybody understood, just like the young kids say, they understood their assignments. So they got the job done. But see, a lot of these modern day women right now, mind you, I'm talking to the majority who think men's supposed to pay all the bills and they supposed to do nothing. I'm talking to y'all. You can't sit right here and want what your grandfather did for your grandmother, your father did for your mother, and then y'all talking the way y'all talking. Like, first things first. How is it that y'all talking about y'all want to be wives, y'all want a dude to marry y'all, but y'all so quick to say, I'm doing the bare minimum. Like, look, I'm not doing no wifely duties. I'm giving him the bare minimum. And see, this is why I respect that other half over there, because I've seen this on social media too. On one half, you got ladies saying, I'm not, until he made me his wife, I'm giving him the bare minimum. But on the other hand, you got ladies saying, like, I'm going to keep cooking for him until he makes me his, like, I'm going to be cooking for him. I'm going to be still doing this. I'm doing this for him, that for him, until he makes me his wife. Now, here's where I'm going to speak on the man's part. Fellas, if your woman is taking care of you, taking some of that workload off your back, if you don't marry her, fam, you're a fool. Ladies, if you doing all that for a man and he still don't marry you, that's the wrong brother for you. Now, for all my ladies over here who talking about they giving the bare minimum, but you want a ring, but you doing the bare minimum. Okay, let's look at this as an audition, and let's also flip roles, right? Because as fellas, we can't say what ladies can get away with. We can't say it. Because ladies will tell you right off bucks, I'm not doing this for you until you make me my wife. I'm not doing that for you until you make me your wife. Ooh. But can you imagine if a man said those things that y'all say? Oh, you want me to go get your brakes changed on your car? Oh, that's husband quality stuff. Until I marry you, I'm not doing that. You want me to do what? Oh, that's husband quality stuff. I'm not doing that. Can you imagine how dumb that sounds if a man says that? But see, lady says that, and it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. Because from a lady's perspective, for y'all, it's supposed to be expected. Man's supposed to do this, man's supposed to do that. So basically, ladies saying, a lot of ladies will say that a woman will submit to a man that properly loves her. Like, if she's properly loved by that man, she'll submit. So you telling me, you'll submit, you're properly loved. All right, cool. That makes semi sense. But you can't sit right here and say, y'all can't sit right and say, I'm gonna do the bare minimum until he makes you his wife. You're doing the bare minimum. So you telling me, you do know a man marries a girl based on what he see. What he see. I ain't gonna do this, but y'all, I was gonna do like this, but y'all do know a man marries a woman based on what he see. When y'all in a relationship, when y'all just girlfriend, boyfriend stage, he's gonna marry you based on what he sees. So for all the ladies out who's talking about, I'm giving him the bare minimum, this is what he sees. This is what you're showing him. So you're expecting him to marry you and you're showing him bare minimum? Do you think, ladies, I'm talking to y'all, do you think any man will sit back and be like, man, I just want to marry her. Oh my God, she's the one. And she's doing the bare minimum. Because ladies, I'm going to be real with you. Y'all won't even date a dude because he's doing the bare minimum. Y'all just he's doing it. It's giving bare minimum. That's what y'all say. So here's where I'm trying to figure out. So y'all can give the bare minimum and it's okay, but if a guy gives the bare minimum, he's automatically broke, not attractive. He's a zero. Yeah, all these different crazy things. But a man marries a woman based on what he sees. I'm just saying. So you're giving bare minimum. If you're not showing good qualities for this dude, that's all you're going to be, is a girlfriend. So for all the ladies tomorrow, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this till I become a wife. You do know you have to show him those wifely quality duties if you want to get that ring. So these ladies over here who saying I'm gonna cook for him, but I'm gonna cook for him until he make me his wife. She might get a ring before you do, because he's always showing like, man, you know, she take care of the household. Man, she hold me down. She hold me down. You know, I work 10, 12 hours a day. But he might marry her because she's holding him down on the home front side. That's why he go hard for her on days like Valentine's Day and stuff like that. That's why the baby like, babe, don't worry about it. I take care, like, I take care of this. Those are the ones that get spoiled a little bit more on that side. You know, they go get their oil changed, their brakes changed. Anything car related, even if he ain't an expert, he still gonna take care of that junk. You feel me? That's what he gonna do on this side. But for on this side, that girl just who just expect it, and she's not gonna do anything, but she's giving you the bare minimum. You want a man to pay all your bills? No man is paying for bare minimum. I'm sorry to say that. Nobody's paying for bare minimum. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna tell a story, right? And at this point, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna say it. My last situation, right? And this ain't even no freaky stuff. This is crazy. This is basic. This is basic as hell. This ain't no freaky stuff. My last situation, she tried to pull that marriage card, and I had to marry her in order to get like certain type of sex positions, right? And I'm in the back of my mind, I didn't never say this out loud, but I just said to myself, you want me to, in order for me to get this, you want me to marry you? When I know that there's girls out here, there's a side chicks, there's a sneaky links who out here doing this with no problem. But you want a ring you want a ring just to get you want a ring just for you to do a sex position now? That's crazy. That's why I say, like, a lot of these modern day women, not the good ones that I was talking about, but I'm talking about this majority that think like they don't even value ring. They don't even value a wedding ring. Right? They don't value a wedding ring. They use marriage nowadays as an option. They use marriage as sometimes, I won't say as an option. They use it as more of a like ultimatum. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to get this, you gotta make me your wife. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So now they're using paying all your bills as an ultimatum to getting something. And that's why I say a lot of those ladies are finessing guys because they're giving them an ultimatum just to get something. Oh, you want to date me? You got to pay all my bills. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. He has to do all these things just to date you. Now, how crazy that sounds. So this man has to pay, in order for him to have sex with her, he got to pay all her bills. You see the problem that a lot of these females have today. The ones that think like that. They use you got to pay all my bills in order to do this. You gotta marry me in order to do that. So they're using this as like, oh, in order to get this, you gotta get this. In order to do this, you gotta do this. It's really not. In order for me to date you, I gotta pay all your bills. When I can go get one of these girls over here, well, we can discuss that in the long run. We can see how the relationship is going and be like, hey, you know what? We get to a certain point, be like, I got it. You know what I mean? I got the, like, don't even worry about it. I'm the provider. I'll take care of all of that. But you got these girls, but you got some of these girls over here who basically like, oh, in order to hit this, you gotta pay all my bills. Your box ain't all that for me to be like, yeah, I got you. What? Not paying all your bills just to hit that? If I was that type of dude, I can go find another jump to go hit. If I was that type of dude, but I ain't that type of guy. I ain't no wild dude, you know. I'm looking to settle down. I'm a little too old out here. I'm ready to retire. But the point I'm trying to make here is, when it comes to the should men pay all the bills, fellas, you gotta look at the type of woman that you have. Ladies, you gotta look at the type of woman that you are. Are you that type of lady that's going to get that ring? You feel me? Are you that lady that's gonna get that ring? Are you that lady that's gonna get all your bills paid? Are you that lady that's going to get traditional? Because if not, then don't expect it. Don't expect the man to pay all the bills. You know what I'm saying? You don't do nothing for him. If you say you're giving him the bare minimum, but you still want him to do everything, no, absolutely not. That's crazy. That's crazy to even think like, oh, yeah, like, man gotta pay all my bills. Ooh. Or even my thing is this now. You be hearing some ladies about some, oh, he go 50-50. He's not a boyfriend, he a roommate. Wow. Just wow. He's a roommate now because y'all going 50-50 on the bills. That's why I say, man, at the end of the day, whatever works for y'all, do it. That's my thing. All right? But for those ladies out here that with that crazy notion of men supposed to pay all the bills, but I'm gonna give him the bare minimum, y'all can go ahead and kick rocks with that. With that being said, it's your boy Funkadelic Jones signing out. I'm gone, y'all. Peace.